Hello, and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
Iron Brew gets you through.
Across from me, Anthony Fisher.
You are correct, yes. Yeah.
And to my left, Morgan McMurray.
Hey, guys.
So we are the Rag Company Podcast. You notice we have, if you're watching on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, a bevy of beverages in front of us.
Well, it's because it's the morning. This is a Monday morning when we're doing this. Normally we don't do our podcast this early.
No,
but
we got to mix it up
It's
today.
a day before travel day.
Right.
We've all got lots of things that we need to do.
Yep.
So it's one of those things we just had to get out of the way.
Get
so
through.
To speak, and get through.
Now,
The
I
Iron
will
Brew
say,
So we got some
through.
Iron Brews to
of
get
all
us
the
through.
beverages you could have picked, you picked some solid ones.
This is a good
Yeah.
morning beverage.
This is a
Dane,
great
This
morning
actually has
beverage.
probably more gasoline in it than your coffee.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I'll pour it
not
in my
literal
tank later.
gasoline, but enough
Oh.
to give you some human
Maybe
energy.
I won't.
Kind of wish you had some gasoline in there. No.
Well, what does
Well,
have
you know, if you're
gasoline?
looking for gasoline, I can talk about how this happened a little
So,
later.
we can get started on that.
Yeah.
So yesterday we were all talking about. I went and got some attire for the trip.
Yeah.
Looking at a couple dress shirts.
Yeah, some
looking
digs,
at some shorts because we decided we all need to be uniform.
Right.
And so I was letting everybody know, like, here's what I got. What'd you guys get? What are you doing? What do you got left to do? And one fun thing that we remembered from when we were in back east in New Jersey, when we had to go to a Sephora because of Morgan, she had an emergency and we needed to head over there. So Anthony started to walk around, if you guys recall, and you were smelling all the different colognes. And I walked in and said, Anthony, you can ask for a free sample. And
Did not
that
know
basically blew your mind.
Yeah.
Well, I have found a cologne that I really like. And so Carly got me a small bottle of it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have another little bottle for travel purposes. So I went in yesterday to Sephora and got me some more Versace Man.
Wow.
So
Wow.
very nice. Love the scent of it. And I alerted everybody.
Yeah.
And then, Anthony, what did you get?
Yesterday when I was out shopping, I picked up some Calvin Klein Man as well.
Very nice.
I'm finding there's a lot of these man colognes out there.
Yeah, just the name Man.
Yeah, that's all. It's all it is. And so I got some Calvin Klein Man. It's not bad. It's how do I describe it? It's kind of woodsy.
You said
very
it had
very
notes
earthy.
of bergamot and citrus.
It's bergamot is what that is, and so it's got a very
That
light
sounds awesome to me.
light undertone of bergamot and citrus, but the initial smell that you're getting after the alcohol burns off, of course, is a warm, woodsy scent. Now,
That's what I want, woodsy.
see, and that's the thing. I'm actually more of I like the actual lighter and crisp clones. I kind of like that. I feel like they're, I don't know, nicer. The more warmer, darker clones that are
woke.
It's
So you were gonna say
they're just a little dense, right? And so the thing is I don't really like that warmy smell because I think it gets kind of musty in a dark environment. If you're going out clubbing or anything like that, I don't really want to smell like that. I want to smell light, fresh, and clean. And there's a few other clones that I actually really like. In
Boy, have I
comparison.
got a solution for you.
Wow, yeah. So I mean, I picked.
So
that
you
up.
picked out. So you got some. You got the.
I picked up something
Calvin
for
Klein Man.
just for travel.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? Hey, we're
It's a
going
very
out
large
there.
bottle for travel.
It's a 1.7 ounce
All right.
bottle.
It just
it's more-
kinda lasts
I forgot.
you,
Well, Anthony took a picture of
few
it in his
trips.
hand, and I
Um,
forgot he does have baby hands.
You're correct,
Yeah.
and so,
So I thought it was I was like, that's a huge bottle. For,
it's
I remember.
more
Now-
glass than actual liquid.
Now it makes sense. Yeah.
Now, I will say though, it's definitely it's a very business casual clone. Great for nights out. It's also great for just casual
Gordon
encounters.
McCall experience.
The Gordon McCall experience. So when I walk up to somebody and shake their hand, they're going to be like, "Wow, you know, he smells just
Confident.
smells
he
like
smells
a
good.
man.
He smells good. He smells
might
good and
say.
confident, not overwhelming, right?"
I like that. Uh-huh.
And so that's what I picked up. So Dane, you picked up
So
something
well,
too.
and then next day
Yeah.
Nate's going with us.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Sorry, Morgan, you're not in on
Morgan
this
just,
one.
but next day Nate's coming because he's got his camera. He's going to be photographing a lot of really great photos for the
Wow.
website and all that kind of
He's
stuff.
the photog.
So that's why we're taking him on this trip with us. And oh, that sounds delicious. So Nate said that he picked up some Prada. I can't remember, probably Prada Man at this point.
They're all called man, I guess.
But he got some and was very excited about it. And then Dane, you jumped in.
Right.
to let us know about your recent purchase as well.
Because I was out shopping for some of the aforementioned, clothing items. We were
Right.
trying to get it all linked up so we had
Yep.
the same stuff across the board. And, I dipped into a Ross. I enjoyed myself a little.
I went to
bargain
Ross.
hunt.
I went to Ross too and looked at some
Yeah.
shirts.
No, and
Yeah.
I found I
Didn't
got
find anything.
I got some good pairs of jeans. I got some
Okay.
more stretchy
Nice.
jeans because
Nice.
I freaking love those things.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're yoga pants for dudes.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, really, really like that stuff. But when I was headed to the checkout counter, I know they had colognes, and I was like, well, it's getting kind of late. I could go to the mall, do the whole Sephora sample thing. I thought about it because those lasted us a week. Would have been good. But then, as I was looking, I did see more than one cologne named Man. And I thought, and it was so fitting that just 5 minutes later you texted and I saw all those and I was like, boy, I'm glad I didn't grab that because then I'd just be like you guys.
Yeah, but,
I wanted
but
to do
you're
something different.
but you're a fan of Dior sausage.
I love me some Dior Sauvage, but we call it sausage.
Pretty sure it's called sausage.
Yeah, it's called sausage, and it's
It's
actually a really good.
It is
A
a
smell.
really
really
good cologne.
great smell.
It is.
Now,
Yeah.
I have this habit of
Getting
I-
talked into things
I don't
that you don't want to do.
No, I don't spend a lot of money, but when I see something that I'm just like, I'm going to commit to that without
No.
testing it or anything first, I will just buy it. This is what I did.
So tell us about this.
I saw
Those of
this
you,
red box as I was looking through it, and I was like,
Can check it out on
for
the
the
Ride
sheer
Company
novelty of
Podcast YouTube channel.
I bought Scuderia Ferrari.
Ah, very nice.
And this particular fragrance is called Red because
So they've got a line. Of,
What else would
Probably
they call it?
green and white.
I'm guessing this is probably
Possibly.
the only one they've got, but you never know.
They
So,
might be planning for future expansion.
honestly, I'm a little disappointed they didn't call it Rosa Corsa, but
Yeah.
it's whatever.
So is that a
it's a-
licensed Ferrari product?
Yeah.
Officially licensed?
I believe
yes,
it is.
it actually says it is right on the
Oh my
back.
gosh.
It
Which
is
is amazing. So I
officially.
can only imagine.
I also love that it has the ingredients on the back.
In a Ferrari store,
Yes.
that would probably cost what, a couple $100, right? Dane picked it up for $17.
Well,
At
having
Ross.
having
Dress for
experienced
less.
an actual Ferrari store and the merchandise in those places, everything is very expensive. Even if it's
Yeah.
not necessarily like super high end quality, it's still going to cost you a bit.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
I will say, I was a little leery. I knew it wasn't going to be the best cologne ever because, hey, it's car branded. I mean, it can't be that good. But I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I thought, hey, this is nice. However, my girlfriend did point out something to me, and now I can't unsmell it.
Well, then first thing you did before any of us got to experience is you said that same thing to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we all
So,
smelled it.
do you want to say what
smells.
Let's let Morgan smell it before you
Yeah.
say anything. She
Yeah.
hasn't smelled it yet.
Morgan?
You guys, have you guys
It
smelled
reminds
Yeah,
me of
we already
something.
did.
Spray a little on your wrist. That's probably the
Don't
easiest
spray a
way.
little on your wrist. You
Or
won't
on
be
the
able to get
box.
rid of it. Spray it on the box.
Or on the bag because you're done with it.
Well, then it'll taste like an everything bagel.
That's an everything
What
bagel.
are your thoughts,
What
Morgan?
does this smell like?
Okay, just what are your thoughts? We're not going to tell you
No.
yet.
Yeah.
It took a minute to pinpoint it, and then I just went, oh.
It doesn't smell bad.
No, it's nice. It's lighter. It's kind of citrusy. It's got like a lemon or orange peel kind of
Got a summery smell
hints
to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a top-down cologne.
yeah.
That you spray it, and then the people behind you in the car,
Yes.
of course, when you're in your Ferrari, aka your Miata.
Do not have an
They
open
can-
mouth.
they can-
when
So are you
spray
saying it
this.
smells like black ice?
No.
No.
It's a
No,
good,
see,
that's a good
Anthony was
line.
talking
Yeah.
about wanting something a little lighter, a little crisper, a little more
Not that crisp.
refreshing.
Yeah.
This is very crisp. Like, this is the opposite of that heavy,
All right.
musky, woodsy
Dane, go
smell.
ahead and talk about what it smells like.
Liz said it reminded her of sunscreen. And as soon as I thought that, I went, oh no. I bought sunscreen
It's
cologne.
got a masculine sunscreen.
It's like a
Sunscreen
masculine,
cologne.
good-smelling version of a sunscreen.
It
Depends.
sunscreen
Like,
cologne.
you know those aerosol
Smell
sunscreens?
the box.
Whichever one you get. Like, it just has this
Yeah.
Wonder what the
quality to
SPF
it.
is on this bad boy.
0. You get all of the smell and none of the benefits.
So in case those of you guys that are wondering, Dane explained that there was a number of great ingredients when he read them.
Yeah, I read
on
it
the
off
back.
the back trying to guess what it would smell like
a-
before
so
I tore off the packaging.
here's what the smell is. In case you,
Yeah.
This was because Dane's text. He said, "Well, on the ingredients, I was trying to read. This is what the scent was: alcohol, denatured alcohol,
Yeah.
Delicious.
water,
Love that scent.
fragrance,
Oh.
limonene, linalool, butyl methodiobenzolethmethane,
It's like a lot of
ethyl
flammable things.
hexyl methocyanamide, citronella.
Yep.
More
Okay.
flammable things.
Hey, I might keep away some mosquitoes.
Butylphenyl methylpropionol,
Yeah, this is all highly flammable.
coumarin,
Maybe it's
ethyl
called red.
hexyl
Because
salsicide,
you'll catch
Also
a fire.
flammable.
geranoil,
Yeah.
citrol,
Holy crap.
DHT, eugenol, and isoeugenol.
This is literally
And it
the most
also has a
flammable-
flammable logo
Oh,
on the
I
back.
love it.
Yeah, no, this
A
is
highly flammable logo.
Dane, this is gasoline. You are
This is mostly pure.
I would argue that you could run your car off
petroleum.
of this.
You probably could.
It's
You
probably like
probably
supposed to
could.
be like
But
an
I love that.
octane
I love
booster or
that Dane
something.
was like, "Oh, I was trying to read the ingredients and see what it was. What it.
I
what it
saw
had a
things
sense
that
of."
told me it's gonna smell citrusy.
You saw
That's
the,
what I
you
saw.
saw limonene.
Well, and I saw like the citral type thing and the other stuff. I'm like, okay, it's gonna have like a citrusy scent to it.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's fun. So, would I recommend you'd run out and grab one of these?
It's
I think-
$25. Do it. Just jump
It's
on.
not.
I just wanna know
it's
how
like
much it
$17
is.
bucks.
This week at the Gordon McCall event, a man caught on fire and combusted on the golf course.
My point is sometimes I will just go out on a whim and I'll go, that is a small enough purchase, even though it's not cheap, that I will
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
commit to it. I
Yeah.
will do it. And the lady told me, she said at the counter,
You could
Excuse
return it
me.
if you didn't break the box open.
as long as I didn't break the seal, I could return
But
it
you
if I
did break
wanted
the
to.
seal, so now
And
it is no
I went out
longer
in the
returned.
parking lot and said, I'm not going, because she said, you could go to the mall and like see what this smells like. Do
I
it
don't
that way.
think they
$17
can.
And I walked
not
out into the
worth it.
parking lot and I'm like, $17. I'm just gonna open it. So I opened it immediately, sprayed it, went. not as bad as I was worried about. So that was good enough for
some
me
of
at
the
that
neon.
point.
Not
However,
bad, but not great.
if I had to choose between the two, I'll be honest. I like Dior Sauvage better.
And it's also a $100 bottle for
Yeah.
like 3 ounces.
Yeah.
So.
So when you go to Kohl's to pick up your shorts,
Right.
head on over to Sephora, pick up a little tester of Sauvage.
That's what I
and,
plan to do tonight.
And be good to go.
Yeah.
But don't think I won't be bringing this because I will.
I just like the fact that you stepped outside the box.
I might get stopped by
so to
TSA, but hey,
Well, don't put it on your carry-on.
no,
No, you
obviously
actually
not.
can't. It's
no,
4
you
ounces.
literally
It's-
cannot.
You literally
It's too
can't.
big.
It's 4.2 ounces. So, all right. So let's
But
go
what
ahead
did you guys
and
do this weekend?
run through our weekends. Well, do you want? I think I'll start off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
I don't start off very often. So
Take it away.
So Friday was one of those nights where Katie was out doing some stuff, and so I had the kind of the night free to myself. I ended up going to the gym, working out, doing some stuff around the house, and we're pretty laid back. I made some panini. I'm sorry, I made 2 paninis because I was feeling pretty
I thought
hungry.
you said poutinis, and I'm
I
like,
did,
what Canadian mishmash is this?
A tuna melt is what I did on a panini.
Oh,
Did you know you
nice.
could do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. So
Awesome.
that was pretty good. So I did that, and then Saturday morning I decided to tackle a project. So last week I picked up a set of seats for my Honda Civic. Right, I was watching a famous YouTuber, and he did the same thing, and I wanted to kind of copy him. And so
Yeah.
basically what these were seats out of a Honda Del Sol, right, 1994 Honda Del Sol. And
So are you friends with this YouTuber because his video dropped yesterday?
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
I have-
so
But you did this.
embarrassing.
You found this out
Just-
earlier and got
yeah,
these seats.
just kind of weird timing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we message every once in a while.
Okay. All right.
So I picked up these Honda Del Sol seats, and these seats I'm gonna swap into the Civic, right? And I've been looking for these seats for a while because they were direct bolt-in, meaning they literally line right up. You swap the rails, and they sit right in. And they're a little bit lower. They have better bolstering. They're more comfortable and make the car feel a little bit more sportier. And with my Honda S2000 wheel in the Civic, it's going to be quite the combination, right?
He has
So-
all
It's
the
like
things
the
to make
best-
it
the
look
best
and
of
feel
all the
fast
Hondas.
without it actually being fast.
Absolutely, Dane.
You get great
best of
gas
all the
mileage.
Hondas.
That's a trade-off.
That's literally the life right there. And so
DX.
I found these seats on Facebook Marketplace for $30, right, for the pair. And passenger seat, great condition, looks pretty good. Nothing really wrong with it. Driver's seat has seen some better days, and so basically there was 3 giant holes in the bolstering on the driver's side. There was one more giant hole near the headrest,
A small family of rats could live in there.
and so I went at. Don't judge me. I went to Caldwell, right? Okay, and it was
It's one of the most beautiful places in Idaho.
it was an area of
you know,
Caldwell.
after every other place.
Well, what was funny
it's
is
like the
that
last place.
is that I go to
Like
this
the
guy's
last
house
most
because I see
It's the Oxnard of Idaho.
I see the listing on Facebook, and I go down the street, and this street was one of those streets where basically all these cars, everybody had a project car, right? It was all in their grass. I'm like, it kind of looks like Levi's house out here, right?
I don't think they're project cars.
So they were
think
broke.
those are their
Maybe they're
cars.
broken
Those are their
down. Okay, maybe they're just
Those are
broken
just
down
their
cars. So I'm not sure, but basically, I'm going down the street. I'm like, okay, I kind of have a weird feeling about this, but going to the guy's house, really nice guy. Said, hey. I picked him up from my neighbor just next door. He had him sitting in his, outside forever. I decided I was going to try to swap him into my my VW Bug. Didn't work out, so that's why I'm selling them. So I said, cool. Picked him up for $30. Went home. Sat there and scratched my head for a little while, having no idea what to do. My brother was even looking at me like, "Are you crazy? Like these things literally have spider eggs on them." I'm like, "Don't worry, Nicholas. I'm going to figure this out." So.
Well, you
Saturday,
pour a little of this on there, and
you
you
light
light
on
on
fire. Yeah. So
God.
Saturday, it was my attempt. Dane, did you just flick coffee all over yourself?
Yep.
In your eye. Nice.
Yep.
At least it wasn't Ferrari.
Awesome.
I attempted to learn how to sew, right, and attempt to do some upholstery.
Yeah.
I called some shops, and they wanted several $100s to fix these
Right.
holes. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that, right? Because the idea was that I'm going to use these seats, but I'm going to get something kind of like a cat skin cover, right? That would be a glove fit and tie into the existing seat and basically make it look brand new. So that was my plan, overall. But I needed to patch up these holes so I don't have all this foam and stuff coming out. So went down to the hardware store, or the craft store, I guess I should say, and picked up some spray adhesive, picked up some foam, some thread, a needle, yada, 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 and attempted to sew these seats back together. Now, they don't look great.
Yeah.
But they are in there. The holes are patched. It looks just.
You put them in the car already?
No, I didn't put them in the car. I just the foam itself.
But the foam
is
is in.
Yeah, it's structurally the seat is back to being sound, and it was funny because
Did you hot
basically
knife that foam?
one of our I did not
Cauterize it.
No, I did not hot knife that foam. No, I just cut it with scissors, and then molded it and shoved it in, and it worked. But one of our favorite fans of the podcast gave the seats a good name called Frankenseat.
I like that.
And that's after my sewing job because it absolutely looked like a Frankenstein
Well, it was sewn
stitch
up
job.
so the organs didn't fall out.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's so
Correct.
the foam doesn't fall out.
Yeah,
Or the
it's
leg,
not pretty,
Yeah.
not pretty,
Yeah.
but it's in there. And so I did that, and then I needed to detail them, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where, looking at these seats, you couldn't see the
So
pattern.
did you take the pressure washer solution package to them?
So I was thinking about pressure washing them. I really, really was. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, okay, I could pressure wash them. I could do this. And I think that fabric would be able to withstand.
It would be scary.
Yeah, it would be more like I'm afraid to hit an area of the foam or whatever it is to where it just blows out or
I mean,
deteriorates.
the reason you can get away with this is they're not power seats; they're just manual.
Analog
analog seats.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use a ton of steam, a ton of product, and a lot of towels. That's pretty much how I'm going to tackle this, and some brushes. So they were so dirty that you could not see the original pattern, right? So the actual pattern they have is like a zebra pattern on them.
Oh, I never would have known that based on your pictures.
Red
Holy
insert,
cow.
yeah. They just looked like a dark gray, but they actually have a zebra pattern in them. So I was like, well, let's have at it. So I soaked them in Terminator. Soaked them. Just literally just soaked the whole seat from top to bottom. Once that began to soak, that's when I started doing, I bust out the steamer, bust out some APC, and I started steaming while spraying on APC, kind of agitating that and taking a brush to it. And first wipe of my towel, I was using Edgeless 300s, right? A yellow one.
Just black.
Yeah.
It wasn't yellow anymore.
It was sick, dude. Like, I wiped that seat, and I looked at that towel, and I'm like,
Were they like smoked in seats or what was in them?
Dane, I have no idea.
Okay.
Everything. I
Everything.
mean,
I was just curious if you could like pick up on a smell or
I
anything
was-
from
I was-
as you're
I was
Probably
debating
all
them.
the smells.
I was debating taking a black light to him, but I thought I should just keep
Well, the
that-
whole thing would
yeah.
just turn white. You wouldn't even know what you were looking at.
So I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So I, more Terminator, more steam, more scrubbing. And then following all that, did like a rinse with water, just in the IK sprayer, vacuumed them, dry extracted them. And then I touched it up. And the last step was using Optimum Fabric Carpet Clean and Protect. Just because it's one of those weird things that somehow still pulls dirt off of something that you think you've already cleaned, right?
Yeah.
And that being my last step, seats looked freaking awesome. I blew them out, hit them with compressed air, and they look great. And the thing is, my stitch job held up over all of the scrubbing, which I couldn't even believe. And I did that for both the driver and the passenger seat, and they look freaking awesome. And so I'm just happy that they're clean and sanitized, and at least I feel more comfortable sitting in them, even with a skin over the top. So,
Sure.
so I'm gonna be ordering those leather covers, and they're gonna look pretty sweet. I did that on Saturday, and then I spent the rest of my Saturday basically doing things around the house, getting stuff ready for the wedding, because now it's crunch time. Literally, like 2.5 weeks away, which is crazy. And I'm leaving for 6 days.
Yeah.
Sorry, Katie.
Bye, honey.
See ya. So I had a bunch of stuff to do. So this weekend I had to tackle all sorts of different errands and things like that to run last minute, doing some framing for pictures, we're putting together like a little slideshow for the rehearsal dinner for things like our baby pictures and pictures of us, throughout the years.
Getting everything done.
Doing things like that. And then that was pretty much that. And then Sunday, I spent most of the day, again, just around the house doing stuff. Katie had her bridal shower this weekend, and she came home with a ton of crap. And
That's the best. It's the most fun.
yeah,
Nice.
it was all stuff for her, right? Nothing for
nothing for you?
for us, right? And so I was going through all this stuff. I'm like, wow, cool. So you got like this and this.
I would consider that fair play with the amount of stuff you bring home for yourself.
That's true. That
Dane,
is true.
I don't bring that much stuff home, except for those Del Sol seats.
Carly did ask me last night while we were laying in bed, and I was just seeing the
Motorcycle,
pictures
cars,
and videos that you had sent me
Mhm.
of your seats.
Yeah.
She was like, "What is Katie doing when he's working on this stuff?" And I said, "Probably just hanging out inside." And
No.
she was laughing. She goes, "Well, that's okay."
She works the weekends. She
I
works
know.
Saturday and Sunday, so she works most of the day. But she had that Saturday off. But that's how I have my time
That's his
to
free time.
clean up a 26-year-old pair of seats.
Clearly, it just looks bad to the women
so they're
in your
classics.
audience.
They're classics now.
What's that?
Clearly, it just looks bad to the women in your audience.
Where's Katie at while she's doing? She's watching, of course. she's behind
She's
the camera.
operating
Right
the
there watching
camera.
the whole
Yeah.
time.
Turns out she's a great videographer. So
Yeah, no, we so that is so that's what I pretty much tackled over the weekend. Nothing super exciting. I did
Phone
want to
keeps
go.
going off.
I did want to go see that movie. I haven't had a chance to go see it yet. I want to see The Art of Racing in the Rain,
Mhm.
and I also want to see.
that looks designed to just make dudes cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
That's the
And
movie about the
Like
dog
it
named
is
Enzo.
perfectly formulated to just
Like,
tear jerk.
I might go alone,
Cars and
right?
dogs.
And then, so if there's any complaints of like a woman crying in the audience, or anything like
That's
that,
just Anthony.
it's just me. It's just me. Just ignore that.
Ugly
soft
cry to
soul.
your heart's content.
But I also want to see that new Hobbs and Shaw movie. I want to go see it just for the
There you go.
I don't know, for the entertainment
Well,
factor.
I am a big Jason Statham fan, and The
I'm
Rock has
excited for
become
it.
quite a
I
fun
wanna see
person
it.
to watch in all his movies lately too.
Yeah, no, I really want to go see that movie. Mainly for the fact there's a Speed Triple in there.
Just
that
ignore the
transforms.
fact that it's supposed to be part of like the Fast and Furious franchise. Just treat it like it's its own thing.
No,
you
it is
know?
part of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Eh,
Hobbs and Shaw, 2 characters from the Fast and Furious movies.
yes, you
Yeah.
can
No,
do
buddy
that
cop
on the most
spin-off.
basic level, but I mean, it's yeah.
Probably amazing.
Yeah, probably. So, all right, that was my weekend. Morgan, what did you do?
This weekend I actually had a pretty low-key, relaxing weekend,
Oh, yeah.
which was good for me.
No details.
So,
Well, on Saturday,
Yeah.
for the first time this season, I did make it downtown to go to the Saturday market
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
Yes, very nice.
because
Awesome.
the crepes.
Oh,
did
so
you go
had some
Nutella crepes or what?
Yeah, so I got the deluxe, which has strawberries, banana,
Wow.
Nutella, and
Amazing.
like a cheesecake
Mm.
Oh,
sauce on it.
wow.
I used to get them all the time last summer because I was living like actually downtown last summer, so it was really easy for
To just walk over.
Yeah,
and
to
you
just-
you roll out of bed and like
Yeah.
they're just right there.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
So
whatever,
nice.
we're just gonna go.
She had a loft there above Saturday Market, so
Yeah.
it made
Now
made it
it's a
easy.
little bit more of a, you gotta
Hike.
get on the freeway, drive downtown, the whole thing. But it was nice weather. It wasn't.
Did you just go by yourself?
No, me and Brandon went.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
So we went.
Saturday morning date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cooler this weekend. It wasn't
was,
as
yeah.
hot,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's a little
nice.
better time to go.
There was a lot of dogs out, which is always a good sight to see. Everyone likes going to the Saturday market and seeing all the dogs. And
Yeah.
then after that, we walked over because I don't really like the coffee that they have at the Saturday market, like, just at the little
The
tent things.
high-end coffee. You don't really
pump
like
stand
the.
or
You don't
whatever.
really like
Well,
that.
it wasn't like
fancy.
high-end. It wasn't high-end.
Did you go to
coffee.
Tom's
Homebrewed.
Hammer?
No, we went to Foreman Function.
That is fancy.
I like
Love
Foreman
Foreman
Function. So
Function.
we went over there, and then that was kind of the beginning of a good weekend. And then on Sunday, we went to brunch with one of my friends, and he actually just bought an S4 over the weekend.
Oh.
So
An Audi S4.
The
Yeah.
Wow.
very same.
Audi.
So
Wow.
he was very excited, and he's not like a car person, right? He's not like a modification person. He just likes nice things.
I can hear bait addicts screaming from the other side of the.
Yeah.
He doesn't like performance cars or anything
Well,
like that.
so
He
this
just
was the
wanted a
thing.
nice
He
car.
was we were hanging out with him, I think on Friday night that was, and he that day was looking at an A6.
It's a bigger
Not,
car.
And
not a bad choice either, though.
Well, it
Not
would
a
have been a
bad
comfy
choice.
cruiser, but it wouldn't have been nearly as exciting to
Yeah,
drive.
so I was trying to explain to him, if you haven't already driven an S4, just go drive an S4, because he was like, I don't want that. Like, I would rather have like more of a luxury vehicle than like a sporty vehicle.
So
and
buy
I
a
was
used
like,
LS 430.
I was like, okay, so you still need to go drive an S4 because I just need to have that reassurance that
No.
And so he was, the A6 was like 12,000 more than the S4 because it only had like 12,000 miles, and it was like
So these were used then, right?
Yeah.
What does your
Okay.
friend do? It obviously
Slightly
sounds like your
pre-owned.
friend is doing pretty well for a 20-year-old man.
So he's a server at Richards.
I don't know what Richards is.
It's a
It's-
restaurant.
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse?
I don't
Well,
think
guys,
I
this
don't
has
know.
been
I don't
fun.
think it's a steakhouse.
Yeah, he's got a
I
new
I,
job.
I love
even
y'all.
know.
I am going to begin serving now.
Yeah, but he makes a good amount of money in tips every single night. So
Good for him.
I could see that because that is a very fine dining establishment.
It is.
Uh,
It is.
Very expensive. So
Wow. Yeah.
probably
That'll
one of
do
the
it.
best places
So,
to be a
so
server
not
at.
only does this guy get to drive in a new Audi S4, but he also gets to eat steak in his Audi S4.
Well, he eats everything that's left over.
Wow.
Leftover steak.
It's not advisable.
Like, I mean, but that's living the dream right there. All he needs is a beautiful woman by his side, feeding him grapes after the steak.
Yeah.
He's
All right.
done.
All right.
Love it.
Sorry.
Point aside, though, does he enjoy it?
So the thing is, he hasn't. It's not like it is his, but they haven't like given it to him yet because he
So they
had.
could take it away at any moment.
Well, there was like no, because there was like this
The
weird
dealership is this.
thing that like the
actually a
loan
rental
that he
agency.
got the loan through is like out of California, so they have to like overnight a check. And obviously that was on Saturday that he bought the car. So then on
So
Sunday,
they're waiting until it clears on
so
Monday.
they're waiting till it clears, and then it's gonna get here, and then they're gonna finish the paperwork, and then he gets
Yeah.
it. So he's test driven the car. He's, it
Yeah.
is his car. It's has a sold thing on
Yeah.
it, but like he's not.
So I had many
driving it yet.
dealerships that I knew that would let you just take the car
Yeah.
before you even wanted
yeah.
it. They'd let you take it for the weekend.
They have all your
Uh,
information.
Yeah,
They will find
yeah,
you. If
and
you
they just say,
decide
"Hey,
to
come in on Monday,
disappear.
drive it, see what you want to do, borrow for the weekend," and they say
Yeah.
they give you a demonstrator permit, and
Yeah.
and then you can see. And it's usually for
That was
good
back
clients.
that was
or
back in the
clients that-
good old days, though.
Oh,
Too. They
overnight
probably
test
still do that
drives
every once
every while. Depends on the customer. And
You
their
have to
stuff.
ask, but granted, every dealership is an independent entity for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
so they're going to have their own rules about how they do it. But as you always know, you can always walk away. So if you end up at a dealership that sucks, leave them, go somewhere else, even if the car you found is hard to find.
Yeah.
That's how Dane felt about that
Yeah,
Jaguar
Dane, I think you
XKR.
had some emotion that was into that sentence.
Actually,
there.
no, I have
was
parts
thinking of
moving on
taking
the
it to
back
March.
end. Nothing to do with that part yet, but I'm working towards it. So we'll see if anything happens.
Well, Dane, I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. So, Morgan, I guess what color was the S4?
It is the red.
Oh, very
Ooh.
nice. That's
Nice
actually a
red.
really good
Ooh.
color.
So it's
Audi does
very.
colors.
It is
Good colors.
very like loud for him because
Yeah.
he was just driving like a white G37 before.
Yeah.
I like how he went from
So-
a G37
somebody in the audience is
to
very
an
offended.
S, and he's like, I don't really like fancy.
What year is that S4?
The one
Do you
that's sporty
It's
car.
like a 2017 or something.
Okay, so it's a 6-cylinder, not the 8-cylinder.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, but it's it's either super or turbocharged on the
I think
newer
it's
S's.
super.
Okay.
I don't know though.
Manual or paddle shifters?
It's paddle shifters.
Okay,
He can't
yeah.
drive stick.
Oh well, you know.
Well,
like I said,
he
he's
was
literally
he
like
was looking at an A6.
yeah,
He's not a
he's
stick
not.
guy.
He's literally not like a car person.
Yeah,
That
he
has,
just
but
liked the way it felt.
Yeah, and I
I'm
was. and
glad you
s-
talked him into it.
I
though.
did, and I was
Yeah.
like, I know for a fact that if you drive an S4, you're gonna want the S4, not the A6.
Yeah.
Because why do you need an A6? You don't have any children or
Yeah.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
I just want a comfortable car to get me from
And
A
he was
to
like,
B.
I really like the bird's eye view camera. And I was like, you don't need that. What do you need that for? Nothing. So he
Yeah.
bought the S4, and I felt very proud that I talked him into a high performance.
Vehicle. Very nice. Very nice.
Why fly in your screen when you can actually fly? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the goal. Eventually, we'll have all used. Well, actually, it was used Audi R8s until the
Now it's Corvette.
till the
Southern
C8
Corvette
Corvette
came
came
out.
out. And that
Did you
we're
see
gonna-
somebody wrecked one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw
The new
that.
Corvette?
The blue one.
Somebody
yeah.
wrecked one. Yeah.
There's a blue one
The
blown
Somewhere-
out
somewhere-
on a,
somewhere.
Wow.
some hillside road. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody directed.
Looked
but-
like it crashed with a Ferrari 360.
I mean, that's pretty much the next goal.
Yep.
C8 Corvette. I mean, the used Audi R8
I've
was
been
a good
looking
thought.
at last night. I
Yeah.
looked at some used late 90s, early 2000s Camaro Z28s.
Oh, okay.
T-top.
Different.
You
Tops.
are looking into getting another vehicle?
T-tops, SS. I don't know,
I look
possibly.
forward to your mullet.
Just looking at getting rid of maybe like the Elantra
No.
and, stepping up. It's got 4 seats.
It's kind of hard to
Wait,
step
what
up
if you
from
cut the
Elantra.
roof on the Elantra and you gave it T-tops?
Oh my God, Dane! Don't
I
give
don't
him
think I
any
can
ideas.
do that.
Well,
I
there's
have door
nothing
frames.
Nothing that you
a
can't
sawzall
do.
can't.
And this is stuff that Kenny's Rod Shop can't take care of.
I saw Top Gear do it once. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
sure I probably could. But no, I was looking at some of those old Z28s and
Yeah.
was like, man, they're cheap. Like,
They are.
and they got a lot of fun.
Find one of the LS1 powered ones, and you are.
Dane, that's what a Z28 is. I don't know if you knew
Well,
that.
they had the earlier ones that were LTs.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like you can, in the mid 2000s, they did change, and this is weird in the weeds talk that we're getting into.
But see, this
Again,
is my favorite.
This is just the kind of stuff Dane gets in.
Yes,
he knows.
Everybody else
right off
gets
the
bored,
bat.
and I'm like, details. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Niche.
Anyway, prices are going. I mean, I could basically swap my Elantra for one.
Yeah.
So for a Camaro,
It's not a bad deal.
It's still got a big bench back seat. I mean, it's
No,
not a
it's got-
small car.
No, it doesn't have a bench seat in the back. It has 2 separate buckets in the back. All
Oh.
Camaros have 2 separate buckets in the back.
Because I had a buddy with.
You didn't. I don't think you did.
It was a '92.
Nope.
So it was
Nope.
old.
It didn't have
And
a
it
bench
just
seat.
had
it
that
2
pleated
buckets.
cloth seat. I swear to God,
Nope.
it was a bench.
You're thinking of your Jimmy. It had 2. They have 2 buckets.
personal.
Not only in the mid '80s, but also the '90s and 2000s had just the 2 little buckets in the back. So I
Maybe
know my
so.
Camaros, Dane.
All right.
Jeez.
But
Jeez.
anyway, no. So
Well, there
that's
is
what I
a
was looking at.
transmission hub to contend with.
Yes,
so,
a very
yes.
big, deep one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, Dane,
Anyway,
what'd you do
yeah.
this weekend other than get stuck at Ross, get roped in?
To
That
buy a
was-
Ferrari.
that was my
Ferrari, to buy a
Sunday.
Ferrari at Ross.
You know, I threw down on a Ferrari, and this is the result.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So, my weekend. Basically, Friday
Did
going
you
into
work?
Saturday. In a sense, I did. I did set foot at the building here, but not for the reasons originally thought.
Okay. All right.
So
That is not breakfast.
we have some stuff going on in the background here that we're working on.
We're
stuff.
working on a new building.
And it involves some new spaces.
Yeah.
And TRC Media getting a new space. And I've taken, upon myself to design the floor plan of said new building. Now, as far as this goes, the building already exists. I just have to design what the guts inside of it are going to look like. So, as far as that goes, I have some limitations because we're still at a point where we're kind
It's
of
an
working
empty
around
shell.
the constraints
It's an
of
empty shell.
what's there.
Yep.
So we're putting in walls where we can,
Yes.
and then other stuff has to stay a certain way just because of codes and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
any rate, trying to get that set up. So Anthony and I are going to have an office. Morgan and Jimmy are going to be over there. Levi's going to stay over here, but we're going to have
Well,
a big.
as the number 4 of the rag company,
Well,
I need
yeah,
to
you gotta
be
you
here.
gotta stay close.
So,
So, as far as the actual facility goes, one part of it will be a big like training area. There's
Mhm.
going to be a lot of cool stuff in there. I'll divulge more of that later as we get to that point. But frankly, the hardest thing was I had to learn like electrical wiring diagrams this weekend. So I was paying a lot of attention to like all the legend of all the symbols and stuff you got to use to like mark on a actual floor plan. Okay, this is a ceiling outlet.
So
this is a floor outlet.
I really
this
hope
is a wall outlet.
that you're right and that you didn't just do all this and then the electrician looks at it and goes, I can't read. This is
Oh.
a child's drawing.
So
you're like, no, these are the
rather
things.
than
He's like,
rather
"That is
than
not
taking it
the
at
thing."
face value from one resource, I went to about 6 different architectural websites.
Good.
And looked to see the consistencies, and they all said, while these are suggestions, many floor plan designers will take their own spin on these symbols. So just you can use these, but you may need to explain to a contractor what it is you're
Right,
trying to
yeah.
do. So I looked for the consistencies between all of them, and I said, okay, I'm just going to go based on this. So I designed my own symbols
Nice.
that match what was there.
Okay.
So so I did some work this weekend, but basically,
I'm very proud of you because you had all this in your brain and you were trying to explain it to us.
Yeah.
And I handed you some graph paper and I
just like,
said, draw it.
and then I found a program online that allows me to draw floor plans for free up to a certain point. But it lets you do anything that I needed to get
Yeah,
done. So that
perfect.
was good. And
Awesome.
then what I'm doing is I'm taking a screenshot of my finished product with the room designs and the walls where I need it. And it gives me measurements and stuff. But of course, you pay for extra features like, having it show the size of the room when you actually print it out. So I just screenshotted it, threw it into Photoshop, and then I started dropping in my electrical plans. So I
Nice,
started dropping
nice.
those in. So it's literally like I'm using different skill sets
but
to
at
create
least
this.
you
But-
can you're creating a map.
but
for the
this is
electrician to be able to
not
use.
going to be a straight across like it has to be exactly this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give the electrician like a suggestion, and if he says I can't do that, I'll go, okay, then what
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
do based on this? Where would I have to tweak it for you to be able to do what you got to do?
I like
So
it.
that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm just going to hand it to him and go, this might look crazy, but let me know what areas we can do. So we're going to get that set up, but there will be a new podcast studio in there. Tim's office will be connected to it. He will have a window to look in
I'll
on
actually
us
be able to wave to
and
us.
actually talk to us and like interact as we're doing this. So a lot of things are set up. We'll have a product video stage in the actual like people area where we can do quick product videos with Anthony or anybody else who wants to do them. But that's going to be a lot of different wiring, lighting, all that kind of stuff. I realize it's not super exciting to some people, but that's what my weekend was all about. So I set all that stuff up, and then I went to go visit our old friend Gabe.
Wow.
And I went over to the high school, which is where he's the video teacher now.
Your old high school.
My old high school. And he was actually setting up the lighting and wiring at the studio that they have built for like the morning announcements. And they actually have the news desk from the NBC studio here that the NBC studio gave up to have a new studio.
Oh, very nice.
They gave Capitol their old
Oh,
studio, which is
perfect.
really cool. And they explained to me how the printouts work on the background and the backlighting and like tons of stuff. And his brother-in-law actually used to work at ESPN and knows a lot of the way that studios are wired and everything. So basically, I did tour videos with these
You
guys
got a
walking through
crash course.
explaining every single element of these studios so that I could studiously take the important notes that, you know, are pertinent to us and apply those. So I just got a crash course in
Awesome.
studio
That
design.
is a-
So that's what I did this
That's
weekend
great.
and learned a lot. I thought I knew a
It's
lot,
a great way to do that.
but I knew there was a lot I was missing. And one of the biggest things I could walk away with, and this is like, once again, in the weeds, super niche, but an SDI to HDMI converter. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know what SDI was because
Standard
I've been out of the
definition
video. I've been out of the video game
information?
for long enough. So what it is it's effectively like an Ethernet cable that extends converted out of an HDMI cable. So you transmit an HDMI signal, but you know if you have too long of an HDMI cord, you start to lose the quality of the
Right.
signal. SDI allows you to make it travel over a long distance and then have a perfectly crystal clear HDMI adapted at the end to come back out. So what it is able to transfer video over a long distance, which is what we need to do if we're going to turn Tim's office into a nerve center for this thing. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming, but these are all really important things that I had to, figure out before we could do it. And it's hard right before a trip to like, we've got to get this done, but
Well, you'll have an hour on the plane tomorrow to
Yeah.
be able to work on your graphs,
great.
and it'll be great.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Have
did
his
that,
vodka
and I got
coffee
us
and-
a
Yeah.
I got us a new
Good.
server rack, which
Nice.
Gabe just gave me because
Yeah, I
didn't
saw
need
that.
it,
You
and I
sent
was like,
that video. That was great.
So he let me drive his truck. I brought it over here and I dropped it off in the warehouse.
Nice.
Didn't
It's,
fit in the Miata.
No, I did drive the
At
Miata.
first,
That's why he
when
let
you-
me borrow the
When
truck.
you first sent that video, I thought you picked up a telephone booth.
It looks like a
And
telephone.
I was
booth.
like, what is
But
he
it
doing?
has
What is
it has its own built-in power supply. Like it plugs in.
got
And
a
it's got a
fan?
fan in the top.
I
to
thought it
ventilate.
was the skeleton of the rotisserie chicken.
It kind of looks like if you go to Costco and they got
rotisserie
those
chicken machine
pizzas and
Yeah.
for his
chickens.
house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I was like,
Brought this
Dane,
from home, guys.
why?
I will
For the
say-
new studio.
It is heavy, and the corners are sharp. So
It's
like
the-
getting it out of the truck by myself was a little bit of a chore. But it's in the warehouse. I'm excited. It's gonna be good, and it's not gonna cause the room to get super super hot like kind of does right
Like a
now. in my
rotisserie
house.
chicken machine would. Yeah.
I mean, it probably could cook if it wanted to. So yeah, so that's what I got up to. I just tons of research, tons of design time. Somebody out there will care. A lot of people won't. I understand that, guys.
Morgan,
It's a struggle.
What?
So that was my
I just
weekend.
Levi, are you okay?
I'm just
So, would you like to explain to the nice folks who are listening or watching right now what it is we're doing this week
Why is he
since we're
laughing
not
so
here?
Well, Levi's got to tell us about his weekend.
He's
I keep thinking it.
what?
Well, like, I'm just envisioning Dane at the new building, like, literally walking around with, like, a rotisserie chicken on a stick and be like, hey, guys, so just letting you know, I have a couple new chickens on the cooker. If anybody wants to
I
grab
hope
any of
you
them.
appreciate that I designed a little snack bar into the place.
I do.
Because I knew that
Oh my
Anthony would
gosh.
die if we didn't have a little kitchenette
Or,
area.
okay, or even better, like that whole racking system turns into half a server, but also half a rotisserie chicken maker, right? And so I
It
could
uses
just-
the heat from the
Oh,
server.
I just see like Dane's hands on his hips looking at this thing, watching like the chickens cook, but like the fat dripping onto the server. And Dane like, I probably should have flipped these. So
I'm
it's-
picturing a very strongly backlit shot, me as a silhouette standing in front of it, it glowing in front of me, all darkness vignette around me, but it's just a very focused image. Yes.
the rotisserie chicken server. I love
Literally,
it.
like, literally all I was thinking about is
Yeah.
like Dane's office with a bunch of rotisserie chickens cooking in the background. We're like, Dane's
Guys,
like,
only
"Chicken's
time will
almost done,
tell.
Guys, got
what
about
this-
5 more minutes
what
left.
this place will look
Be
like.
ready to go.
But if it's anything like my drawings, it should be a pretty cool place.
Gosh,
I'm
it's
hoping.
amazing.
I
I'm
can't
hoping.
do
I haven't
it.
laughed that hard in a long time.
I'm putting forth an effort to try and make this place as good as I possibly can make it for the constraints that we're working under.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Levi, what did you do this weekend?
I detailed some cars.
You did.
Nice. Tell us about it.
So worked on my friend's car. Did his car last week. Did his wife's car this weekend. Picked it up Friday night. It was a Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser. It's actually one of the first cars I ever opti-coated.
Wow.
So got that all cleaned up.
Still holding up?
They haven't. Let's just say they've been running through the car wash
The last few years.
Last few years. I haven't touched the car in almost 3 years.
Wow.
And they haven't had it detailed since then. So, but they've been running through the car wash. They've taken it up skiing. It had a lot of scratches on it.
Yeah.
So, I did need to repolish it. So whatever was on there did get removed.
Yeah.
But cleaned up the car, got it looking sharp. And then finished that on Saturday. And then Sunday, we had a crepe fest at our house.
Oh, wow.
So that was delicious. Carly made a handful of crepes for us. Always great.
Wow.
And then detailed Carly's car yesterday. Took the kids,
Wow.
took the kids with me to go run errands and stuff so that Carly could just kind of hang out at home and chill out. Because we will be leaving this week. So I wanted to kind of give her a good portion of time where she could just relax. And then cleaned her car because it hasn't been done for a while. And I always like to kind of clean her car before I go on a trip, at least just get it somewhat clean. But this was like a full-on
Deep clean,
interior.
yeah.
I had to shampoo all the carpets, all the seats.
Find any
Really,
surprises while you were in there?
I did. One of our an important document that was supposed to be mailed off by the 31st of July. Found that in the car underneath the seat. And Carly had said, I remember when she told me, she's like, I got it mailed off. Yeah, I was like, sweet. Apparently one of our children went and grabbed it back out of the mailbox and then just put it in the car.
Oh.
Our kids, so my kids like to get the mail. They go check the mail every day.
But they understand when you put the mail in the box, it's supposed to stay there until
No,
it's
they
not there
don't.
anymore.
No.
Oh,
So if I walk
Important
out,
factor.
let's just say if I walk out in the morning and I'm leaving for work and I go put mail in the mailbox and I put the flag up, my kids run out there, say 10 o'clock, they'll pull that mail out.
Okay.
We got mail. Look at this. Wow.
I was just worried that they saw you place it in the box,
No,
and then
they don't see it.
somehow
They
didn't
just-
make the connection.
No,
that
they're going
you've got
for a
mail.
ride or they're going to the
Okay.
mall or something, and they walk out and they see it. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Mom,
That's a
there's
little
mail."
more understandable.
So they go out there and grab it.
Still
right?
sucks.
Yeah.
but-
So apparently that's what they've been doing. So needless to say, this morning Carly was very upset. So I dropped it off at an actual proper blue mailbox this morning and put it in there because I was like, "Oh my
A
gosh."
few days passed.
And
What was
so-
this, like a really critical thing, or
It was, yeah. So,
Sorry,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. So, it's just the future of our family. It's understandable. So,
Well, you can hold that over your kids when
yeah.
they're older.
No, we
and
both,
help
like-
them understand
we
what they did.
basically banned them from ever going to the mailbox. We said you are not allowed near the mailbox. Like,
Wow.
and then but got Carly's car all cleaned up, so it's all ready to go. She's talked. She might go down to Utah this week to visit her sister.
Wow.
School starts next week for both kids, so she was kind of looking like, well, this could be the last little trip for a little while before Thanksgiving. So why not just head down since we're going to be out of town, till Friday. So we leave tomorrow morning, 8:15. Catch our flight. We're going to be headed to San Jose.
Do you guys have a direct flight or
A direct flight.
Nice.
Boise to San Jose. We're going to be flying Alaska Airlines again.
Wow.
And Dane will be able to have his delicious coffee and vodka that he loves so much in the
Vodka
morning.
coffee, yeah.
Oh, are we doing
The
firsties?
vodka coffee.
Yeah.
No, we're not
Oh.
at the moment.
Oh.
You're going to have to pay for that.
No, I think
Well, then
know
I guess I'm
Alaska,
not having
Alaska,
it.
you always get a free drink.
You do get a free drink, don't you?
I think on any
Yeah, but
flight
it
over.
won't be booze coffee.
What? Why not?
Could be.
It could if you wanted it to be.
Your complimentary beverage will not be something that contains
You should ask her
alcohol.
tomorrow. You should ask.
Well,
I
Dane,
am
you should ask the-
99.9% sure.
Dane, well, we'll
you
see.
could always
we'll
bring
make,
your own.
We'll make that decision tomorrow
You could always
morning.
just bring your own little bottle of vodka on the plane and then put it in your
Yeah, they don't
coffee.
like that very much.
Yeah, they do. They don't mind.
How many
simple.
times have I seen something that said no personal alcohol, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. I've
Dane.
never seen it.
Also, I don't want to be the guy who's just like, oh, let me get my flask.
They're not going to deny an alcoholic. Dane.
Yeah, they're gonna say it's fine. If that's how he flies, that's how he flies.
Do you buy White Claws anywhere in the airport?
Oh, my God.
No, I don't think you can.
I wish those are more acceptable to crack open anywhere. There's seltzer water.
Yeah,
It's
honestly,
seltzer
it's
water.
just a LaCroix.
But no, so then,
Spiked
but we're flying
LaCroix.
to San Jose. We land, and then we wait for Mr. Rennie Doyle
Wow, yeah.
to arrive, and then he
Wait,
is
Rennie Doyle of Double Black,
yeah
beadmaker.
the detailer of Air
very
Force One.
same.
Holy smokes!
So
wow.
we're gonna be hanging out waiting for Rennie because he's flying in about the same time landing in San Jose.
Yep.
We're gonna be giving him a ride with us, and the 6 of us are gonna head to Monterey. About a 45 minutes or an hour or whatever drive.
So I don't think I ever caught. What's our car situation?
No idea. We're gonna have to talk to your dad.
That's
I don't
good.
know what he
Catch it.
rented.
Okay.
So,
Good.
Probably a small 4-door sedan, so the 6 of us can
Cozy.
sit on each other's
So-
laps.
We'll be
I,
shoulder to shoulder with Rennie in the back.
We did it in the UK. We can do it here.
in San Jose.
At
For
3
anybody
Series
interested,
Wagon.
there's a couple great Portuguese clubs that we can go to.
Oh,
They're
nice.
not like a nightclub, but it's like a day type of club thing where you go and watch football, and they have little pork sandwiches.
Los other Portugueses.
They're little pork sandwiches. They're delicious, and I don't know how to make them, but I can only find them in California. And so that with maybe some bottle. Actually, okay, another soda that I think you guys might like. It's called Sumol. Have you ever had Sumol?
It sounds really familiar. I think I might have.
SUMOL, right?
Yeah.
Freaking amazing. One of my favorite sodas. That next to Orangina. Orangina, I wish, like, if we didn't have already our official drink of the Ride Committee podcast, Iron Brew,
yeah.
Orangina would be my second
I like
choice.
that.
It's kind of like, it's not like an Italian soda kind of thing. It's
Orangina,
more
I think
like,
it might be French or Spanish or I don't even know if it's Portuguese. But all I know, so in the Transporter 1,
Yeah.
you ever seen the Transporter 1, where Jason Statham goes to that little place before his car explodes and goes and
Yeah.
gets that sandwich, right?
Right.
He actually goes up to an Orangina machine, right? And he gets a Pepsi from it, right? And the Pepsi comes down, and he puts his straw into the Pepsi thing. And as he's walking to his car, the car explodes, right? That would be...
memorable.
Oh,
Sorry, that would be an idea what Orangina looks like. Anyways, sorry. Back to... So San Jose.
so we'll land in San Jose. We'll head to Monterey,
Yeah.
and then there we will meet the rest of the mafia,
Yeah.
detail mafia, and we'll get our marching orders as we attack Monterey Car Week this week. Which
Yeah,
is
you
going to be fun.
You guys are gonna work.
So we've got the Gordon McCall Motorworks Revival going on.
Yeah.
I believe that's Wednesday night. We're doing that. So
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday day, we will spend working on getting cars prepped for that event.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday night we have the party.
Yeah.
Then Thursday's going to be, I believe
Hangout
Thursday's
day.
our hangout day as far as I know.
Mhm.
And then Thursday night we're going to be doing an IDA meet and greet, which is something we do need to post on our Instagram feeds. Bob Phillips sent us all that, so we're going to be posting that. So those are all you detailers in the area that are in town for Monterey. Please come. We're going to be having a meet and greet at a burger joint. I think it's RJ's Burgers or something like that.
Okay.
So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. It's just kind of fun. Get all the detailers that are in town, come hang out. We'll have some fun, enjoy ourselves. Everybody say hi.
I know David Patterson will be there.
He might be. And then Stefan Lundstrom was texting me the other day, and he's also going to be there. Working. He's got about 3 cars that he's working on.
Sharing this event on your pages,
Yes.
on your personal pages.
Yes.
Cool.
And we also are going to be doing that on the Rag Company
Yeah.
page.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll share it on my normal Anthony
Okay.
Fisher
That'll be
Instagram.
nice.
It's
Yeah.
Oh,
private.
good. So
I don't know.
nobody
Yeah.
will see
Yeah, I
it.
don't know if
just
anybody
put it on
else
your
sees
private
Cool.
page. It'll
cool.
be
That's what I
perfect for
think.
that.
Yeah, good job.
But yeah,
Good
so we'll
job.
be doing all that, and then Friday morning we're gonna head up the Quail, check that out, work there, do that kind of thing that Friday
Looking
morning,
forward to that.
and then that's over by like noon, and then we're basically done.
Yeah.
And then we don't fly back out till like 7 o'clock or 5
Yeah.
o'clock or something Friday.
So
But then you're doing you're leaving us on Friday. You're headed somewhere else.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to even think about that right now. I am I'm so overwhelmed, and I'm so
He's gonna feel so guilty.
You've got like a
knowing his
24-hour
wedding is
bachelor
just-
party you have to go to. You have to go to.
Yeah.
It was like it's like the worst timing ever. So my friend Jason, right, who went to my bachelor party,
Yeah,
right,
he was at
PSI
yours.
Evo.
he came out. We had an awesome time. He spent money to go to this thing. He got time off work and all this stuff. And he really he's one of the people that made the trip. He had an awesome time, and we all had a lot of fun with him. He tells me, a month and a half ago, hey, just letting you know my bachelor party is going to be in Vegas on this day in August. Can you come, right? And initially, this was going to be like a blackout week for me. Like I'm not going anywhere weeks
Well, we didn't have
before
our
my
full
wedding.
dates, and we also didn't
Yeah.
have our full dates for Monterey. Like it was, you were almost on the point of going like, I don't think I can even go on the trip.
Yeah, like I need
Yeah.
to really hunker down, get everything done. I just, I
Yeah.
need to be here in case I have to run errands, pick things up, do stuff, coordinate things, and that's when my friend says, "Hey, my bachelor party is that weekend," and I say, "Well, crap, that's not ideal, anyways." But like you came to mind, I have to go to yours, and I want to because I want to be there for you and have fun. But then that doesn't make any sense. That okay, I don't want to go anywhere for work, but now I have to go to this bachelor party. That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't
that
look
also
good.
doesn't look good. And so I'm like, well, I guess I pretty much
Mm-hmm.
have to go on this work trip. And so that's what, and I want to go. It's
But
not
then
like,
the dates changed, and we actually shrunk the dates
Yeah.
that we were going to be able to go. So it
Correct.
actually made
And it made it-
the week a lot
it-
smaller
and it-
in a
Yeah,
sense
right.
because we are Tuesday to Friday.
Correct. And so Friday night, Friday when you guys go back to Boise, right?
Yep.
I'm so happy for you, and I'm envious. I'll be flying to Las Vegas after that long week
Well,
to go out for one night, have some fun. The next day, hang out with them for a little while, and then I'm flying back home to Boise, and I'll be landing in Boise around
Nice.
10 p.m. on Saturday.
and different people approach these things different ways. Some people look at it as, oh, this is going to be a fun party experience. Other people, like in your case, you're the kind of guy who after this trip will go, I'm exhausted, and now I'm going to go do this. I obviously want to have fun. I have to have fun, but at the same time, it's that like, but I got so much riding. A lot of it build up, so you just have to kind of disconnect from
Yeah.
all the other stuff around you and just basically live in the moment when you're hanging out with them and just let it be.
Correct.
Instead of trying to
Yeah.
worry about, oh, now I have to fly home, all that other stuff. So you will have to mentally disconnect for like a day or two.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how I figure. I figure after this trip, because normally after our trips we're pretty drained. We're
We are,
flying, we're moving, and these all of our work trips, they like some maybe normal traveling workers, right, would have like a 9 to 5 during their travels, right? Like from 9 to 5, I will be working and doing this, right?
That's not how we operate.
Ours is like 7 to 11 p.m., 7 a.m.
Well, the
to
work
11
trips
p.m.
are just long. Like there are
They're
things
just-
that you just don't. Like
Well,
you're always on
we
the
don't,
clock.
we don't,
technically.
yeah, we don't have any downtime. It's not
No,
like
we
hey,
don't have
let's-
downtime anyway.
Let's
but-
go to the back
yeah.
hotel and watch a movie.
At
It's
other
not a thing.
companies, you find like they have reps and stuff who travel. They're like on the clock, like you say, and then as soon as that's over, they're just kind of off doing their own
Yeah.
thing. But they're all very like solitary.
Or they have
usually.
separate rooms.
They don't hang out together.
like,
It's very
they-
like
yeah.
separated. With us, it's like a family road trip every time. We're
Yeah.
all together a lot. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the way it
So
works.
we're packing pretty much as we can into that time frame, and then by the time it's done, we're like, well, we kind of need a vacation from
Yeah.
that vacation.
Yeah,
type
people
of
see you
thing.
traveling and think it's a vacation. It's not. It's work. You have fun, no question about it, but it is work.
But yeah, this is our last travel trip before SEMA, so that's good.
That's
Uh,
still like my favorite thing every year.
We're
I
still
love
working on
SEMA.
we're working on getting the logistics for that. But what we do have coming in to visit, we do have Ram and Lars from Color Lock.
Yeah.
They picked a
They're-
great time
They,
to show
they are
up.
coming in on Friday before Anthony's wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Are they
so
going to his wedding?
no,
Maybe?
so I was hoping they would, but they graciously declined. But they said they'd love to see Anthony. They understand he's going to be busy. but-
Ram actually technically says he's going to show me how to fix my seats and on my
Nice.
show me how to do some leather repair, and I
Oh.
wanted to see how that's done. So I don't know how I'm going to get away from the wedding, but
Yeah.
I think I'll make some time during the day of the wedding to.
Well, you're getting
Um,
married on Saturday.
Maybe
Correct.
I'll just invite him
Yeah.
over and have
They
him work on the
leave. They'll be
dog
gone
end of
on
my leather
Saturday.
couch.
They'll be gone on Saturday. So, fun fact though, I was talking to Ram and Lars. They got their flights booked. They're going to
Yeah.
land Thursday night on the 6th, I think. What is that? What day are you getting married? The 7th?
7th, yeah.
So they land on the 5th, Thursday night. They get in at like 11:30. Then they're here for Friday,
Mhm.
and then they're going to leave again Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So Ram and I were talking, looking for hotels.
Yeah.
So I sent him the links of some of the preferred TRC hotels that we
Wow.
have TRC accounts with.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Hennen residence is one.
the Hennen residence is one of those places. But we were laughing about, he called me back this morning and said, Hampton didn't have any rooms. Riverside, for some reason, they were quoting me way more than what you guys sent me the link to.
Yeah.
He goes, so I was a little surprised by that. He goes, so I found an Airbnb.
Mhm.
And he had told me, maybe I'll look at Airbnbs. And I said, well, good luck. Hopefully you can find something.
Yeah.
He goes, I told him where to look.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, so I didn't do what you said, but I found this one. This is the address. I don't know if that's close to you.
Star.
It's 3 doors away from my house.
No.
Sent me the address this morning. It's literally on my street,
Wow.
3 doors down.
Well,
And he goes, it's a guest house on some people's property. And I was like, I know, it's a room above a garage that they
okay.
have, but their house is gorgeous. They have a pool, all this stuff. I go, I know that couple. And he goes, yeah, the owner, she speaks German, so that'll be great for Lars.
Oh, that's
And I said,
perfect.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. Holy cow, that's amazing. So because I had offered, I said, I'm going to pick you guys up. I'll pick you up. It's fine. And he's like, no, I don't want you to have to drive. What people don't know is it's Boise. The airport's not that far away
Yeah.
You're
from us.
close enough.
You know, some people have to drive an hour or two to the airport to pick people up. Like it's 5 minutes from almost anywhere.
This is not Seattle. This is not L.A. This is
Yeah, and it's
not-
small enough. It's quick. So I said, no, I'll just pick you guys up Thursday night at 11:30 when you get in.
Yeah.
I'll take you to your hotel. Well, now I just take them back to my
Just drive
house,
back to your house.
basically. And then Friday morning, I said, you guys could walk over, or I could just drive. Like I could walk down and grab you, and we could walk. Like you're literally 3 doors down.
That's
So we were
awesome.
dying laughing. He thought that was hilarious. He couldn't believe the luck that they picked that house. I was like, you're going to be on my street. This is amazing. So you guys all know from other previous trips how much fun we have with the boys from Color
Oh yeah,
Lock
it's the best.
and how great
They're
they are.
great.
And
Support their business. Seriously,
yeah.
they're
So
great guys.
so that'll be fun. So we'll have them here with us on Friday. Maybe we'll do a detox cast with them and some stuff. And
Love
then
that.
they'll leave. We'll have dinner Friday night.
yeah.
I know that's probably your rehearsal dinner
Yep.
evening. So we'll probably pick the same restaurant or wherever you're doing it at.
And just
so that
awkwardly
way you
sit
can come over.
kitty
So
corner.
we'll sit at the
to you
table
guys.
next to you.
The tavern.
Oh, at
Literally
Down
right down the street
Shut up,
from
that's
you.
exactly what I was thinking of taking them. Seriously.
That's where my
I
rehearsal
was
dinner's
seriously
going to be.
take them to the tavern because I thought,
Yeah.
they're going to be in Bound. Like, this will
Yeah.
be perfect. I'll take them, show them
man.
Bound. We can eat upstairs.
That's where we're going to be.
so you can get the view of the river and all that.
Oh, boy.
Dane, we're taking.
Wait, I'm
we're going.
giving all these people my plans. God, I hope I don't have a bunch of
They don't
fans of the
know that.
podcast to show
Yeah.
up.
Fans of the podcast,
here?
buy
Yeah.
a plane ticket to Boise and rando show
That
up
is
at a
hilarious.
tavern.
I
in
seriously
Bell
didn't know
Crossing.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, we
don't.
could take them to the tavern so they
Yeah.
could see. And then, because I figured Boise Fry Company, but we'd probably take them there for lunch
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Friday. So,
That'll
and
happen.
then they'll fly out Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So, what I'll probably do is just get up and take them Saturday morning, just because they're right down the street
That's
from me.
much easier.
So, and then, but yeah, so that'll be exciting. And then John Hull from Clean and Shiny UK is
Yeah.
going to be visiting us like the second, basically when you get back from your honeymoon, he's going to be here.
Yeah.
And so he'll be here for a few days with us as well. And then we'll have Mark Perch, our Australian distributor, will be here in October
Everybody's coming through.
to visit us before SEMA. He's going to be doing a U.S. tour. He's coming to the U.S. for like a month to do some work. And but then we'll all make our way down to SEMA on November 1st. So the next like 12 weeks are going to be whirlwind.
Just when
Not
you
even
think
that
you're
many.
catching a break.
Yeah, so we'll be really excited. But any of you guys that are going to be in Monterey, please come say hi, see us. Message us, tell us where you're at.
Yeah,
Come to
give us a heads
the
up. I saw
meet and greet.
a message on our last podcast in the comments on YouTube. One of the guys, it was either Sports Car Nut or Sharuka, I think, was saying, hey, let's meet up when you're in Monterey, whatever. Like, they just wanted to, like, meet up at a place or something. If we have time and we're able to do it, absolutely, that'd be awesome. But once again, we're kind of at the whims of whatever they're doing, so we kind of have to follow the orders of whatever the detailing crew are
We're part of a
doing.
team.
Yeah.
So
We can't just go off and do our own thing necessarily until that
till the
kinda
day off
day.
that we have,
Yeah.
which I believe is Thursday.
So we'll play it by ear, but we'll like put out a little word, like if we want to have a chance to meet up, we can put out a little message and just say, hey, we're here for the next hour or two. If you want to hang, come say hi at a restaurant or something, then we could do that. But yeah, throw that out there. So you're looking at me like you want to wrap this up. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, make sure you click that bell so you know every time we release a new episode. We appreciate that. And what we appreciate even more is when you subscribe, because, we got to build these numbers up on the podcast channel. We want more viewers and we want more people to see it and
those
go,
up.
yeah, I'm going to go watch that because 1,000 other people do. So that's cool. But any rate, guys, thank you so much. For the rest of us here, until we get back, adios.
See ya.
See ya.